Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm your buddy, Uncle Bruce. It is February the 1st, 2023. Wow, unbelievable. It has now been 2 full years that I have been on the air during market days on this channel. 2 years ago, 2021, started around Jan 29 or so. And here we are, Feb 1. Can you believe it? Some of you have been here the whole time. We have no lives. Nice to have had you here the whole time if you have been with me from day one. Thank you all. I know a lot of you found me because of GameStop and the whole thing around that, the meme thing. You found me because of Wall Street Bets, Reddit. You found me from rooms. You found me as a guest on Trey's Trades. You found me as a guest on, I think it was Matt. Was it Matt's show? I can't remember. Other channels, and just great. And those of you who've stuck around, fantastic. We are just we're just rolling along the highway here. Down the road, we have become. We still follow GameStop and we still follow, the markets. The whole point of this channel was stock markets in plain English. We do that. And we also really talk about how you can make money writing stock options against shares you have or on shares that you've had for a long time, shares you've acquired, ETF units that you might have that have tradable share contracts. And of course, the poor man covered call strategy we talk about a lot, where you can write call options on call options. Kind of fun and rewarding. Many of you who have joined me in the last 2 years have changed your lives dramatically in that time. Some of it has been forced on you by circumstances. Others, you have voluntarily made major changes to your lives. Others of you are doing exactly the same thing you were doing 2 years ago, except that you've added the option writing component to your lives and you have enhanced your income stream dramatically, which, is another good thing. It's a way to go. Each of you decide for yourselves what is it you want to do, which direction you want to go. Some of you are starting retirement. As a matter of fact, I know someone who is starting retirement today, and I congratulate the individual for that. It was a major decision to make the switch. There are a number of you who've let me know that because of you, Uncle Bruce, between my wife and I, our household is completely upside down from what it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, all in a good way. From the financial point of things have really changed. And that has also made changes possible for us in other areas of our lives. We have found that by leaving our day job behind, or jobs, we now have far more time for our children, far more time for family needs, far more time for personal fulfillment, better health, better sleep, better relationships, everything. And I'm blown away. I'm so happy. I couldn't ask for more of that kind of. I couldn't ask for more of that. Just saw a headline: Tom Brady says he's retiring for good. Maybe Tom will now become an option writer and join the rest of us. Tom, you're welcome to become a member anytime you want. Use whatever name you like to use. And perhaps writing options is for you. You can actually make some real money now, real dependable money, rather than this quarterbacking stuff that, one hit, you're done for, so maybe we can work something out. Welcome all to the channel. I'm glad you're here. A number of you have been signing up for classes in the last few days and weeks, and I welcome you to the party. Daniel is here, and Nabel is here, Charles here, Kim, Jason, Drew. We have Adrian who's come in here, James and Ryan, and Luke, and John, and Dale, and Armando, and whoever else. I can't pronounce some of these names, by the way. There are names that I cannot pronounce. But I see the same names for a while coming through here on my notifications. And then I check it out. Oh, yeah, class number one, class number two. Just picked up class number three. A week later, they got class number three. Edward, Angelita, and Anna, and TH is here. Deborah's here. Many. The names they just keep coming. Many of which I'm familiar with, some of which I am not. Congratulations, those of you who are picking up classes through my website and learning how option trading works. You've got to understand the market. It's an entirely separate market from the stock market, and it is an entirely different game than the equity game. There are some connections, but there's also some non-connections. And boy, can you do well writing options. There are folks here who do really well writing options and have been amazed at how quickly they pick it up and how quickly it impacts their accounts. Some folks here are very skeptical when they start writing options. They kind of go, it works until I do it. Everyone else will make money, but I won't. There'll be something about, there's a catch here, Bruce, that you never tell us about, and I'm going to be the one who finds out what the catch is. And they go in very carefully. And I say to all of you who are going to write options, be careful about it and dip your toe in the water and start slowly, and let's go from there. And after a little while, the option writing picks up steam, and then you can't stop them. Because once you taste the dessert and like it, you go for more. And there it is. Giddy up. Shama Lama Ding Dong says, today is my birthday. I'm going to buy my 49th deep in the money GameStop call. Congratulations, Shama Langa Ding Dong. Well done. Well done indeed. Beach Boy is thumbs up 61. Maria, number 62. Thank you all for the thumbs up. Susan Shops About is here at 58. Willie's here at 56. Great to have you here. And welcome to the party, everybody, to the good times. Great to have you here. What are we watching for today? Couple of things. 8 o'clock tonight, by the way, you're watching for the Gold Bagel primetime live show with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members. That's one thing you're waiting for, you're watching for. I'll look forward to seeing you guys there. But the markets, today is interest rate day. Today is the day that we're finding out what interest rates are going to be done, what we're going to be doing with interest rates. The Fed will have their meeting, finishing it up today, and then the announcement from Mr. Powell, the conference. We'll see what's going on. The Dow's off 140 this morning. That's a nothing burger. We got 11-point drop on S&P and a 14-point drop on NASDAQ. So we're down ever so slightly, a tenth of a percentage point, a quarter of a point. The Dow's down 0.42. Okay, oil is up 49 cents. We're not going anywhere on oil. It's just not happening. Everyone's waiting for the Federal Reserve. Today will be a nothing burger overall, unless certain companies make some announcements that catch people off guard. It's the only thing that could really move any part of this market. Other than that, I think we have a nothing burger on our hands here, just because the interest rate thing has to be resolved, and we want to hear Chairman Powell's actual answers to questions about what the Fed is thinking going forward. And depending on how he addresses his people, that's how the market will react. If he's very hawkish, the market might be negative. If he's very dovish or slightly dovish, the market might take off. I don't know if he's going to be dovish. We'll find out. I don't know. GameStop is up 3 cents. Like I said, it's a nothing burger day here. We've got Rocket Lab down 8, Sofi down a nickel. Matterport is off not even a penny, or up a penny, if that. 23andMe might be down a nickel. Spire off 3 cents. Remember, we had a big surge last night. Right at the last half hour, everything went up nicely. ATIP, no change this morning. Smart Rent down 4. So these little pullbacks are a nothing burger. I see Sextera at 306 down 16. I don't even pay attention to that because there's no volume to speak of. Apple's down 16 cents. There's a nothing burger move. Goldman down 3.90 after being up 8.35 yesterday. Cisco's down 18 cents. Tesla $1.88 higher at 175 with a 650 gain yesterday. So we're back into the 170 range, 175 range. ARC Innovation, $40.06, up 13 cents after gaining 142 yesterday. Microsoft down 41 cents. Bed Bath Beyond at 270, down 11. Pfizer down 22 this morning, was up 61 yesterday. HPQ was up 32 yesterday. It's up 5 more this morning. 29.19 on HPQ, by the way. Google down 21 cents after gaining 192. Amazon down 9 after gaining 258. And NVIDIA is down 89 cents after gaining 375 yesterday. NVIDIA now 194.48. That's the story. Other news that is minor, Biden and McCarthy meet today. The Speaker of the House goes to the White House to put on a show, to try to show his Republican followers that I'm going to the White House to tell the president not to spend so much money, and we're going to hold up the spending bill and all that stuff. And the president's saying, "What do you want to cut? Why don't you tell everybody? You're bragging about it. You're pushing around it. You're tiptoeing around it. Why don't you just tell us what you want?" It's like movie phone with Kramer. Just tell me the name of the movie you want to see. You've pressed Brown Eyed Girl. No, I don't want to watch Brown Eyed Girl. Just tell me the name of the movie. Tell me what you want to cut. Why don't you tell the American people you want to cut Social Security spending by 20%? And go to the seniors of the United States and see if they'll support you. They're probably all Democrat, all Republican voters, because once you're a senior, you become a Republican. So go to your Republican base that receives a majority of the Social Security payments from the United States government and tell them that you want to cut their entitlements by 20% and see how well it works for you. And if they're in agreement, we'll pass legislation to cut it. If that's what your voters want, sure. Something tells me he's not going to do that. He's going to think it and want it, but he's not going to say it. And, the fun continues, doesn't it? In the meantime, the Speaker of the House goes to the White House to talk about spending cuts, and the French walk the streets with regard to the pension increase that is being proposed by the French government. President Macron, they want to take the retirement age from 62 to 64, and the French are on the streets. Flights are canceled, schools are closed, trains aren't running, buses aren't running, nothing is happening. Everything is shut down. It's a national walkout in protest to that. In America, yawn fest, an absolute yawn fest. Americans don't seem to care, and it's okay. It's the American way at the moment. That's the way it is. But there is no official policy to raise the retirement age in the United States from 65 or more, or to take Medicare away from 60-year-olds until you're 65. You can have Medicare. No one's talking that. Republicans might be thinking it to balance their budgets or cut spending, but no one is saying it officially. And it's quiet in America, very quiet. Nothing happening there. And one side is trying to blame the other for the calamity. And nobody wants to admit that the world today is kind of screwed up in a lot of ways, and it doesn't have anything to do with whether you're Democratic or Republican. It's kind of like there are factors going on right now that aren't political that are creating all kinds of problems. Like, what would one be? Oh, a war in Ukraine. There's that. That's screwing up things. A lot of billions of dollars are being diverted to that thingy than to other areas where billions could be spent to create work and jobs and solve other problems. But hey, it is what it is. Welcome. Bank of England and the European Central Bank, headline, both forecasted to raise their interest rates by 0.5 percentage point, narrowing the differential between them and the USA. The US interest rates have risen faster and higher than the Europeans and Bank of England. They're trying to catch up. And so they got to go half a point rise every month now for at least 4 or 5 months to get their rate up to 5% to join the United States at their rate. This will cause problems, no question about it. This will cause problems all over Europe. Internationally, it will cause problems because any company based anywhere on the planet that's going to want to raise capital to upgrade their factories, create a new factory, whatever, need new machinery, need import credits, export credits, anything like that. These loans are going to cost more money because where does the money come from for the third world? It comes from the first world. Well, what's the first world doing? First world is raising the cost of money. To rent, money is going up. And so others will pay more. And this will be a global issue. And that is where we will be talking about in the next year or two things like riots and problems in third world countries that spill over into other countries. Because again, leaders of countries where there are problems blame the outside world for their problems. They don't blame themselves. They're not responsible for being a dictator and screwing up the quality of life in their country. It's the outsiders that are to blame. So China blames America. Russia blames everybody, including America. And yet their little internal crap continues to happen. There you go. Everybody wants to be America and Canada and Britain and Europe. This is the richest countries in the world. They all want to be like us, but they don't want to have the population have the power to change leadership. That's the one thing they don't want to do. And so the lousy leaders stay in power. They're dictators. Those who never leave except in a body bag from old age. Unless there's a coup, they never leave. And all the friends of the leaders are doing just fine. Relatives, friends, and associates of the leaders of countries do really well, especially with dictators. They have the best jobs, and their kids go to the best schools, and they have the finest holidays, and they have diplomatic passports to travel the world at their leisure and spend their countrymen's money all they want because there never are elections to worry about. So it's all good. Opinion poll or Schminion poll. Did you hear about the young couple? Apparently, there are two youngsters in Iran. I think they're 20 years old, something like 19 or 20 or 21, something like that. They were each given a 10-year prison sentence. A boy and a boy and a girl were each given 10-year prison sentences for dancing. Did you hear that? This is kind of like that movie. Remember that movie? No Dancing Allowed. Was it Footloose? Can't remember. Where the town outlawed anyone having any fun whatsoever. Well, Iran decided to make an example of these two kids posting themselves dancing on social media. That is a no-no. 10-year prison sentence. When you're 30, you'll come out of prison a changed person. You'll never do that again. Probably because they'll be missing limbs by the time they get out, or they're coming out in a body bag. It's almost like a death sentence. Good old Iran and its wonderful policies and how they look after their own. It is truly stunning how this works. What is it, 80 million, 60 million Iranians? I don't know how many there are. There are many millions of Iranians. I do not know how they succumb to this bullshit. I don't know why. I don't know why there isn't a secret underground movement to just take these people out. I don't know when they're fed up enough. I just don't get it. But then again, China with 1.4 billion people, when will they be fed up with the communist ways of the government of China and all the layers of crap underneath these powerful people and all the millions of secret police and military Gestapos and the police snitches and everything else? I just am amazed how it works. It just blows my mind how it works. But it's out there. I tell you, 2023, you'd never think that it would still be around after all these decades, that this kind of oppression and hatred and vile human rights abuses continues. It's amazing. It makes you have to feel how lucky you are where you are. You've got to think about just how fortunate you are where you are. If you have freedom of expression, freedom of press, freedom of opinion, and you can have a YouTube channel and say whatever you want. It's amazing. It's pretty amazing. What can I say? I don't know. I'm just an old guy, grateful to be able to talk to you in plain English about what I think is going on. You have your opinions, I have mine. It's okay. We differ, we differ. If you're watching me as a member of the Chinese Communist Party and you don't like what I say, it's all right. You've got your opinions and I've got mine. I have a feeling, though, that my opinions won't be broadcast in your country to your countrymen. I have a suspicion that you're not going to let anybody hear what I have to say. And that maybe says it all, doesn't it? Maybe that's what makes my point. My point that some folks don't take kindly to criticism and react in a very ugly way. Scary stuff. Hey, I don't want to really move to a small little farming community in China right now. It's not on my top 10 list, so it's okay. I'm not coming over. It's all right. Don't have to worry about me. I'm quite happy here in North America doing what I do. Welcome to the party, everybody. The Nakatomi Tower is open for business. Mr. Takagi won't be joining us for, I think, the rest of his life. He didn't give us the code, and sorry, Mr. Takagi, that was a nice suit, but without the code, we just can't be friends. Nice to have you here. We're down 145 on the Dow Jones. We're down 10 on S&P. We're down 13 on NASDAQ. We're up 43 cents on a barrel of crude in Texas. And that's the story. That's where we're at. And what can I say? What else was I going to say to you folks today? Just trying to think of what's coming up. We got interest rates today. Oh yeah, we have earnings coming out this next 3 days. We have a lot of earnings coming out. Apple tomorrow night after the bell. We have Amazon, Google, others coming. So we'll watch for that. Joe K has indicated that it indicates here that Joe K has become a member. I think Joe K has already been a member of our channel. But Joe K is a Gold Bagel member, and I welcome you to the Gold Bagel family. Joe, it's great to have you here. 95 thumbs up. If you think it's a great idea that Joe has become a Gold Bagel member, hit the thumbs up button in honor of Joe K. Please, and let Joe know what we think about Joe becoming a member of this Gold Bagel membership group right here. Joe, you'll join us tonight if you like at 8 o'clock Eastern Time for Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members. Way to go. Any of you want to be a part of that show tonight and every Wednesday night and watch the reruns from past Wednesdays, become a Gold Bagel member today, now. And hey, we'll single you out and say hi, thank you, to appreciate your level of interest in this channel. And we welcome you to the party, pal. Nice going. Yes, neat, says Paul's Guitar. To that, welcome, Joe, says Mandu number 5. John Bickman, number 96, thumbs up. Bruce, Joe, yeah, I just changed my payment, Uncle Bruce. I'm looking for one-on-one time. Right on. Rock and roll, buddy. I'd love to have you for a one-on-one session. You let me know when you want to have one. Send me a private email and we'll get you set up and go from there. But this is good stuff. Larry Titus, thumbs up. Way to go, Joe. Joe's going, neat. That's right. Joe can use the knee emojis now as well. Dean, I call him Slow K. Okay. Hawkeye, welcome, Joe K. Right on. Isn't that nice how you get welcomed by all kinds of folks here? Hawkeye's welcoming in. Mandu's going with the knee emojis. Deep value, a smart man. Joe K, you're a smart man. Becoming a Gold Bagel member. Dean, neat. Thank you, everybody. The knee attacks are underway. Bobby Atkinson, way to go. Hector, way to go. Tiff, neat. Trader Timmy, number 99, thumbs up. I just made number 101, says Mr. J. Thank you, J.R. Parrish. Amy, AJ, welcome, Joe. Zed, thumbs ups. Alberto, let's get that moolah today, kids. Yes, Joe, let's do it. Danielle, hand orange covering eyes. Joe K. By the way, I'm up 30% in 1 month listening to Uncle Bruce. Just as an aside, why would I go with a gold bagel membership? Oh yeah, I'm up 30% in 1 month. That's why. That's why it pays me to get more of this info than less. Let's not forget the reason we're here. We're here to try to get richer, aren't we? Yes, indeed. Way to go, Joe. Way to go. I'm happy for that. Of course, we're very old friends, Dean says. We're old pals. JR, neat, neat, neat. Joe K. Dean, who are you? Laughing out loud. Just kidding. Alberto, Joe K. Nice work, buddy. Nice work. How well are you guys doing out there? I never ask that so much. I know I ask you to tell me how you're doing on your trades, but um, if some of you guys, how do you measure? I guess I'm going to ask you this. Those of you who are here, 208 of you now, and a few more trickling in here all morning. How are you measuring how you're doing by watching my channel and following all of these wonderful people here, writing options and cashing in on these depreciating units? Do you measure it by money you've recovered in the market over the years? You used to lose money all the time, and now you got money back. Um, are you brand new to the market in the last year or two? You've never invested before, and this is the first foray into the market. You tried to invest 10 years ago, it didn't work out. You stayed away for a while. You come back in, and you've tried this, or you found me. And you've had savings for years, you've had stocks and whatever for years that didn't do anything, and you decided, I'm going to follow this guy and I'm going to start writing options on my assets, or I'm going to shift some of my assets and do option writing. And how are you doing? Are you up a certain percentage on your money? Have some of you gone, I've made 15 grand in the last year. I make more money per month now than I ever thought possible. I don't know. I'm curious if any of you want to share any of that. I'd love to hear it. Love the bagel family, says Joe. Right on. Thank you, man. These testimonies and folks still ask, should I become a member? Can you believe it? They still ask you, should I become a member of this group that makes nothing but money in a bear market? Yeah, it's interesting. And BW, welcome, Joe K. Bruce doing great out here. A little bit of cold snap in Pacific Northwest currently. BW, it's cool down here too. We're in the 40s, but this weekend, 75 degrees. We're finally warming up around here. DH Ruda, number 75. Zeta State, ATIP, 46 cents in the pre-market. Cody, I measure it by how happy I am that I'm down cost averaged on my ATIP, Bruce. That's how happy I am. That guy, Uncle Bruce, just got approved to trade on margin. GameStop, here I come. Watch out, Cody. To be clear, I'm happy I did. I am happy I did. JR, here's an idea. I don't necessarily trade the way Uncle Bruce recommends, poor man cover calls, but the market insight is invaluable. When I see my account balance go up overall, or stay the same during a slump, I know. There you go. And JR, I'm doing the right thing with Uncle Bruce. Thank you, everybody, for all these kind words. Truly appreciate it. Thank you again for all of you out there who have been members here for now from day one since I opened up the membership tab, which was March 16th, 2021. Thank you. And those of you became Gold Bagel members, I think it was December 29, 2021. If I recall, it's been just over a year. And those of you who are upgrading today and you're automatically renewing your memberships, or you are manually renewing your membership, thank you all. You guys are fantastic. Cool bean stuff. Daniel, although my account balance isn't going up with the profits I've made writing cover calls, I've added more shares to my stock balance. So there's a sign. There's an indication that it's working. Have some of you been able to pay off bills that were nasty and were a real pain? Have some of you been able to quit a nasty full-time job and get another job? Have some of you been able to go from a full-time position to just do part-time work? Are some of you now self-employed as consultants rather than as employees of companies? Have some of you, I know some of you have taken trips. I do know that. Yeah, I've been getting that info. Bobby, ATP 41, Zed scared like a frightened turtle here. Pulse Guitar, Uncle Bruce with the small amount, 4K. I bought 200 GameStop with. I'm now giving myself the flexibility to use premium, 1,050 a month, currently interest free for emergencies and autism therapies for my son. How about that? There's a good cause. Brian, number 109, Bruce. SC, I want ATP to go bid 460, not 46 cents. I can dream, can I not? Why not? Drew, I closed an index fund position at the end of last year. I took the tax loss. I bought $10 Jan 25s, rinse, repeat a couple of times, and now I have 14 poor man covered calls and 600 shares, made back my losses in one trade. Nice going. Nice going. Pulse Guitar. In 1 month, I'll be able to generate much more quickly with a total of 6 GameStop contracts. Way to go. JR, way to go, Pulse Guitar. That's beautiful. Daniel Forrest, and now waiting for the shares to rise while I keep writing covered calls and adding more shares along the way. Thank you. Right on. Hector, Uncle Bruce, my appreciation and understanding of micro and macroeconomic trends has never been better. They became the reason to trade. Right on. And everyone's popping in some comments. Thank you all for these. Again, I love to hear how you're doing. If it's working for you, please let us know. And what's the biggest difference in your life since you started joining this channel? Just better market awareness. You're just more in tune with what you see happening out there, and it makes more sense to you. If my plain English techniques work, I'm really happy about that. That's huge. But yes, if you're making money, I'm really happy that you guys are. If you've knocked off some credit cards and other loans and what have you, boy, am I a happy guy. And with this inflation game going on, the key here is one way to get richer is spend less money. One way to spend less money is not be in debt so much. And by doing that, knocking off debt payments, your loan obligations go down, which means your cost of living goes down, which means you're ahead. Sometimes you're richer by not spending as much. Sometimes you're richer by making more. Sometimes you're richer by making more and not spending as much. There's the double win. Never before have I been able to sit back and say, it don't matter where the shares go, or let them take me out. I dare you, because of Uncle Bruce. Chicago Transit Minority was happy as a bageler for a year. Then the dilution of the member benefits happened. Now I'm happier with Pickle Financial, where I learned puts cost same like shares. Okay. Not sure what all that means. All right. JR Chicago, why are you here then with all that sadness going on? We make adjustments to the channel from time to time, no doubt about it. When we started this channel, there were no memberships, and it was open to all. And boy, did everybody show up, as you might recall if you were here a couple of years ago, including some pretty nasty individuals who just weren't interested in learning anything about the stock market. They were only looking to create havoc. And so we created the membership level, and I winged it and went, well, I'll do one for $10 a month. How about that? That should keep the trolls away. It did. It really kept the trolls pretty well at bay. And we started that way. And then with more time and thought, I thought, well, why don't I offer a new level of membership and offer a whole bunch for that, and have 2 levels of membership, one to make comments on and one to really enjoy some more insight and make it worth their while. And so here we are with the gold level and the regular level, and watch for free if you like. But no matter how you do it, no matter what you do, you're going to make a certain percentage of people angry. No matter what, you tie your shoelace this way, they're pissed off. You wear slip-ons, they're upset. You comb your hair this way, no good. You don't have hair, no good. There's no way to make everyone happy, and so you gotta take it. You gotta take the good with the bad. And Chicago Transit Minority, right now you're able to comment, because I leave the comments open for all, as long as we can before trolls show up. But during market trading, we go member only, and you're able to join us for free at this point. Voice your concern. I just hope you're making money no matter what you're doing. I'm whether it's through my channel or not, I'm just hoping you make money. And if you are making money, it's making your world, I hope, a better place for you. Can't argue that, man. Can't argue that. Okay. Zed Estate. I'm heading to the gym while waiting. I'm gonna write, roll, and collect. Have I mentioned my BMW? Yeah, that little picture there. That Beamer is what he's driving because of option premiums. The option premiums are paying the lease payments on this Beamer. One happy writer. Yes, JRZ Estate BC, Beamer, dude. Coyote, grow hair now, Uncle Bruce, or else I quit this channel. There you go. SC, I remember the day I troll signed up about 50 times just to be a, you know what? I was pleased Bruce got that cash. JR, I have some Rogaine if you need. I've lost a few myself. I can't pronounce that name. Mara. Don't know what that means. Cody, Uncle Bruce, and Pickle are the only two real YouTube stock people I've found. But Pickle isn't for everyone, for sure. Aggressively less tasteful to boomers in particular. Brian, laugh out loud. SC, I remember that. Dude, I'm just looking at the last 90 days on my cost basis. And I've made an average of 15% return on realized gains in that time. With that money, I've been able to buy more shares of my favorite stocks. Okay, congratulations, Drew. I've been here since the SPAC days, and I use my gains to average down. Can't wait for some of those premiums. There we go. Not a lurker anymore. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Good morning. We'll email you for a one-on-one. Rock and roll. Fantastic. Look forward to that. I have one opening left for this Sunday. And then next Sunday, I have 3 openings as usual. So we'll try to squeeze you in and go from there. Okay. Thank you all for looking me up. Yeah, it's been interesting. Every once in a while we get a complaint or an issue. Is life perfect? No, no. But we do the best we can. I'm happy that many of you have really learned a lot about how the markets function and how things really are happening out there, because you weren't getting that from some of the channels you're following or TV stations or whatever publications you're reading, or you were reading or hearing nothing but gobbledygook and Wall Street speak that is undiscernible to the human being, to the average human being. And if I can bring it down into a plain English format for you, I'm doing my job, so I'm happy about that too. Let's see what else. Thanks, Bruce. Mara stock will rip soon. They are going to partnership with Abu Dhabi-based company ADGM, going to the moon. Rock and roll. SC, perfect as always, kind of boring. And what about your thoughts on MARA? I don't even know what that is. JR, we're getting mooned by another mother of all short squeeze fanatic. Well, there are folks who want to say hi to me, but also want to promote stock they like. And I get it. There's a lot of stock to like out there. I just don't know. There are stocks I don't know. Of course, how can I know them all? Impossible. It's impossible. Cody, Husarosaurus, Twitter or Reddit. Where did you hear that info? Anyway, there you go. We're showing a 184 drop on the Dow. We're still down 184. That's half a point. Down 14 points on S&P. That's about a third of a point. NASDAQ down 16. That's an eighth of a percentage point. That's not much. Crude has gone negative. Oil is now down 14 cents instead of being up 55 or 60 cents. So we're a little lower on oil, 78.78 right now. 21.61 I see on GameStop, it would appear, down 26 cents in the pre-market. We still have 20 minutes to go. OPEC and committee recommends no change to output quota. And Tom Brady announces his retirement for good this time. I am retiring and I'm not playing anymore. There you go. I don't think Tom has to prove anything to anybody. More power to him. And I think he's going to join Fox Sports. I think he joins Fox as a commentator. And I think he's going to make a lot of money there. And hopefully he'll enjoy it and he'll live a long and happy life, and he'll be healthy and have time for his kids and family, and I wish him well. It's all good. Let's go. What's going on? Husasha, Husasha, I think it's Husasha. I'm not sure I pronounce it right. Husasha, I live in Abu Dhabi working for an investment company. You're welcome here, Husasha. No question in my mind. You're welcome here. Love to have you as a member, but that's up to you if you ever become a member. Um, and it's okay. Good morning, Uncle B from Burrow King Sound. And let's see, Wing Commander, number 122, I'm lurking. And whatever. I'm not going to comment on everyone else's comments. If you like what he's saying, you not like what he's saying, it's totally your opinion. But you know what? I don't mind other people coming in here ever. And Husasha, I welcome you from Abu Dhabi. I welcome anyone from the UAE because the perspective you folks have over there is incredible. You have such a global perspective on what's going on with Europe and Asia and Africa. It's an area I would love to visit, and you're more than welcome here, as far as I personally am concerned. So thank you for joining us and being around. It's great. And if you're lurking and hanging out, love it. I'm in Palm Desert, California, and I'm a Canadian. I don't know if you know, if you've been here before, but from Calgary, Alberta. So it's oil country is where I come from. And I understand the oil patch mentality out there mainly, but I also understand investing. And this channel has a reach of people from around the globe. It's quite cool how it's growing. We have Europeans here, folks from Asia here, obviously, in this case, Abu Dhabi, which is great. Canadians, Americans from the Caribbean, Latin America, South America. It is really cool how many people are here from all over the place. Daniel Forrest, I'm a nice lurker. Yeah, indeed. And any thoughts on AMD today? Steamy, I haven't really looked into it. Don't follow it very closely, so I can't really help you there. Apologize. Daniel, number 127. Thank you, my friend. Burrow Kings. So I'm thumbs up 117. I appreciate that. Husasha, electric cars are the future of things happening. I agree with that, my friend. I do agree with that. I'm driving a Tesla here. I'm renting one. I love it. I rented one last winter, loved it. And boy, do I love driving by gas stations around here. Oh, I'm at a red light and I look over there and see, oh, gas is $4.65 a gallon around here. I just short hold. I'd have to buy gas for 5 months driving this Tesla. I don't miss it at all. I do not miss it. Joe K. Canucks rule. Coyote agreed. Husasha, I agree. Aurora, number 130. Have a great day. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody. Joe K. I'm in Toronto. JR, Uncle Bruce, I've had people mention DraftKings. Any thoughts? Yeah, they've issued a lot of stock. They've raised a lot of cash. They spent a lot of money. But I don't know about the upside with the competition they have. I have a suspicion that in the gambling business that has been, proliferating the last 4 or 5 years in the U.S. and Canada, there will be consolidation, and eventually there will be a couple of dominant players. I don't know who's who. So, JR, I can't give you an honest opinion on this thing. I know it's a former SPAC, though. I do know that. SC, Bruce, how long does it take to go from Vancouver Airport to the cruise terminal by cab? Please. Depends on the time of day. Sorry. Can't be more specific than that. But I would guess 30 minutes to 45 minutes, it would be a fair guess. You could probably take something known as the SkyTrain, which is their mass transit rail thing. And I believe it is automated. I don't think it even has a driver. It's been working decades. That might be faster, depending on, again, time of day. There are occasionally, and it depends on what cruise line you're on, you can get a bus that the cruise line will hire. They'll have a sponsored rides from the airport to the ship. And that's your safest way because the ship doesn't leave until the bus gets there. So look into that. But again, my friend, I can't answer that question with precision. I'm not a Vancouverite, but I know they don't have expressways to downtown. Zed Estate, consider yourself lucky to come across this channel. Stick around to develop a life skill. Thank you all. And thank you, Zed. Dude, okay, I'm at home today, so I was able to give you 2 thumbs up. Well, oh, thank you. Beach Boy, nah, Uncle Bruce, nothing's changed over here. Besides my financial future, my family's future, my skills and patience, my day-to-day schedule, trading on my phone now, the community over here, Discord, nothing's changed for me. Nothing good has happened because of you and your channel. Thank you, Beach Boy, for your honesty. Any thoughts on COVID vaccine stocks? OCGN. Unfortunately, I have a suspicion that COVID vaccine stocks are not going to have a good year because the mandates are disappearing for mandatory, where you can't travel on an airplane unless you've been vaccinated. You can't do that. You can't do that. Those are all disappearing, and so now it's more of a voluntary thing, and people are pretty tired of the whole COVID thing, and so this is sort of out of fashion until guess what? Another wave of a killer COVID shows up and people go running to get the vaccine. So, I can't be optimistic about that part of the business for now. I don't know what to make of it. Beach Boy, neat. Hockey reviews, is BBBY going bankrupt? Yes, they will go into Chapter 11. Shares will be worth nothing. That's my opinion, but stay away. I write 3 contracts so far. I've written 3 contracts on DKNY so far. Good, giddy up, Brad. I'm holding OCGN. It sucks, but great premiums when writing. Not your Sofi. Members only, please. Ed Hawkins, you can put in a destination Uber search and it will estimate travel time. That's true, Ed. Thank you, Ed, for that comment on the question on the cruise ship thing. Brian, just kidding. I didn't know what it is. Joe, SC did the route from Vancouver to the terminals. I drove it. It was 30 minutes. Give yourself time, though. AJ, where else can you get option writing and travel advice all in one place? Way to go, Uncle Bruce. Zed Estate, yes, the SkyTrain is automated. Flint Creek, good morning, gang. Coyote, Husasha. I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Husasha. I'm guessing Husasha. I think Pfizer is expecting lower profits, lower sales for sure. That I know. Constantine, Uncle Bruce, let's say I have a weekly bill that I want to pay out of profits. Would you please refresh my memory in why I should write a 2 to 3 month out instead of a weekly? Thank you. Because if you write a 2 to 3 month out, 4 month out, you're probably going to roll it over every month anyway. So you'll just roll a 3 months to 4 or a 2 to a 3. And that's where your cash flow comes from anyway. It's just it's a new source of cash flow. Instead of 1 to 2 weeks out, you're just going to roll over these up here. And when you do rollovers, much more money to you because you've written a 450 call and you're buying it at $2, 250 profit. Whereas if you write a $1.10 and buy it back at 60 cents, you make 50 cents a call. Here you're making 250 a call. That's why. And you've got way more flexibility to make your move, way more flexibility to do rollovers, way less pressure on you. And you're not guessing the market, you're going with the market. That's why. Thanks, really. You got it, Husasha. Thank you. Dude, I tell my regular customers about the channel at my 9 to 5 job. The other day, one of them came up and just said, Beach Boy, you have fans in Nashville. Right on. That's cool. Correct, says Husasha. You've got it. Husasha, that's how you say it. Right on. Samuel, there's going to be volatility today due to FOMC. Market expects a quarter rate hike. And if it comes in higher, I think we get a pretty decent red day. But there's that too. SC Joe K, I'm flying in from Sydney and I need to go to the hotel opposite for the night before. Okay, now I don't understand what you're saying, SC. I'm flying from Sydney. I need to go to the hotel opposite for the night before. What the hell is that? Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Constantine. SC, clarify. What are you saying? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the hotel opposite the cruise terminal? Are you thinking about staying at the Pan Pacific Hotel? Is in downtown Vancouver? Is that the one? I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's what you're saying. It's a nice hotel. I've been there. You make sure you get the view of the harbor. Don't get the city view. Get the harbor view. Pay more. Get it. Anyway, JR, thanks, Uncle Bruce, for getting us all grounded again, as usual. Maria, thank you, Uncle Bruce. I now have 30 GameStop, Poor Man Cover Calls, 2000 ATIP, 1300 SoFi, 300 ME, 300 Rocket Lab since joining this channel. I have an account dedicated to this strategy, and I'm liking it. Right on, right on. This is great stuff. This is great stuff. I have viewers here who have asked me about our writing options, and they've had one-on-ones, and they start with a very small percentage of their account as a, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try. And then as they get more comfortable, they slowly but surely become, more into it. And it grows and it grows and it grows. And over months, folks get, really into this. And why not? It can be extremely lucrative. We're opening in 8 minutes, by the way, just so you know. Headline. I love headlines like this. It says Tom Brady has made $512 million as an NFL player. Think how much taxes this guy's paid. Think how much money in taxes he has paid in his lifetime. Lots. He's now signed a $375 million contract with Fox Sports. Think about how much more in taxes he's going to pay. We should be thanking Tom Brady, all of us, the amount of money that he has generated as a player and generated for society as a whole. And when he spends his after-tax money, he pays sales taxes, registration fees for his cars and his toys, and property taxes on his nice house. And this is a contributor to the society. More power to him. And all NFL players and NBA players and NHL players and MLB players, all these players who make gazillions of dollars, think about the amount of taxes these folks pay back into the United States economy, Canadian economy for Canadian players. Fantastic. Thank you. And I wish them all the success in the world. They deserve it. I don't mind it at all. There's no freeloaders here in that group. I don't think so. Anyway, there you go. Good morning, Bagelhead, says Bobby. Maria Powell says she's a new member on this little thing here. But let me just see what this says. Upgraded membership to the gold bagel level. Maria, thank you so much for joining up onto the gold level. Join us tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time for Prime Time with Uncle Bruce. Love to have you there. If you can't make it live, you can watch the rerun anytime you want on these shows. Because once you're gold bagel level, you get all the level perks, including the alert show every morning around 8 o'clock in the morning. Thank you so much for your confidence in us and everything. Not a lurker anymore, says Maria. Woohoo! Smoke Dog, he also got PPP loans. Okay, so not a lurker. Uncle Bruce looking forward to tonight. Fantastic. I ain't thanking a millionaire for a damn thing. Don't have to, but I bet you a millionaire pays more taxes than you do. I met, I didn't meet him personally, but I saw Don King on an airplane back in 2015. Jennifer and I caught a flight from Fort Lauderdale to Las Vegas. We had done a cruise. Anyway, we were getting on a JetBlue flight, and it was a direct flight. And first second row, who's sitting in first class or business class? Don King. The boxing promoter, the guy with the hair that goes straight up. And people were walking by, and he see some people shaking his hand. I reached out and shook his hand. He shook my hand, and I said, "Thank you for all you've done." And he said, "My pleasure," because he is proud of the fact that he pays $1 million a year or more in personal income tax to the United States government. He's proud of it. He says, "I'm one of the proudest Americans to be able to pay back," because this guy was in prison in the 60s as a young troublemaker, and he's come completely the opposite direction. Like him or hate him, it's up to you. But he is proud of the fact that he makes enough money that he pays more than $1 million a year in tax to his country, because he said, "I'm giving back." And man, if that attitude was shared by all, I don't know if it would be such a problem that we're sitting with budgets. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a guy who's homeless. I'm a nomad. What the heck do I know? Ed, Uncle B, do you recommend using all of my margin to sink into BBBY? Oh god, he lost half of it in FTX. There you go. I'm just kidding, Coyote. You want me to thank Bezos next? Why not? What's wrong with these billionaires? I don't see the problem here. Look at Warren Buffett. They say that one of the richest men in the world. What does he tell the world? I should be charged more tax. That's what he says. My tax rate's too low. That's what this guy is talking about. I don't hear other billionaires talk like this guy, multi-billionaires. Pulse guitar, Samuel, your profile pic, Yang Gang, baby, math forward. Let's hope we can actually get some true pragmatic problem solvers with general public interest at heart. Okay, no more political comments, Yang Gangs. Bobby, Brady has a capital loss with the FTX thingy, won't be paying much tax this year, Adam, unless in Florida. Financial mischief should GameStop back off today. I will be going from 60 Jan 25 10s to 70. So GameStop, if you please, 1850 to 19. Just give me 5-10 minutes. That's all I need. I'll be fine. Coyote, no income tax Florida. Where did TB choose to play again? Tampa. That's right, Tom Brady. AJ, Maria, you'll love this Wednesday night show. Zeta State, prime time. Yes, sir. 3 minutes until we go live with our trading folks. That guy, new to the margin game. Do I purchase deep in the money calls on margin to write on if my cash is tied up holding another stock? Got approved, but scared to use it. Not really. What I recommend is the capital you use to buy a deep in the money call is when you write calls and you buy them back for less and you have leftover cash, you now invest in a deep in the money call or 2 or 3 and write on those and build it that direction. Margin is there for rollover scenarios. And if you've got 3/4 of the dough to buy a call, you borrow, $300, $400, $500, buy your deep in the money call, write your call in there, get your $300, $400, $500 back, pays the margin off right away, and you're flat. There's always that. Coyote, yeah, I would freaking hope a millionaire paid more taxes than me. I would hope so. Maria, I really want to be there, but I have poker night at my house. Laugh out loud next week. It's all right. You can watch the rerun anytime you want. Smoke Dog, even though he's not a millionaire, I paid more than Trump. Coyote, I'm going to tell some homeless youth to go thank Tom Brady and be grateful. There you go. You just tell them that. You just go tell them, yeah, Coyote. Drew, my first write was Matterport when it was $37. What a time to be alive. Initial Don King, only in America. Cody, Drew, hey, me too. Smoke Dog, The Point, Uncle Bruce. Is Brady got millions in taxpayer money and didn't have to pay it back? So did others. I didn't make that policy. You have nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with it. Okay. There's nothing I can do about that. I think there were politicians in the Congress and Senate that also got this, and everyone has to answer for whatever they answer for. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. Moving on. I'm just trying to make you guys rich. That's all I care about. 143 thumbs ups. Thank you, my friend. I care about thumbs ups. Thank you. Well, we all want to make more money. I'm happy for other people that have money, unless they're Ken Griffin. Larry, the bells have been rung, Bruce. It's time to shift the chat over from wide open to member only, and I'm going to do that. I want to say thank you, all of you here, the lurkers and members who are here. Love you guys. Thank you for these thumbs ups, and please, all of you who are, if you're a member now, thank you. If you're a Gold Bagel member, I appreciate you very, very much. If you're a regular member, I appreciate you, and please consider becoming a Gold Bagel member. If you're not a member and just a lurker, please become a member at whatever level you can move in at. Love to have you, of course. And those of you who are throwing the thumbs ups around, we love you for that. 149 now are here, 51 needed. And we'll have 200 thumbs ups again, because this show, we try to hit 200 thumbs ups every day. And we appreciate this very, very much. There it is. That's the story. And we're now up and running for the morning. Let's see what the markets bring us. I'm showing, I think the market is showing a negative start, which was to be expected. Down 217 on the Dow at the moment. We'll follow this here over the next few minutes and next hour. Thank you all for being part of this channel's success and following and all that other good stuff. Um, Love you guys for this. We're up 62, I think, on GameStop. Am I right? No, we're down. We're down 27 cents. We're not up 62. I'm looking at a quote from last night. Again, my computer and my iPad they're in their own little world. The happy place, 21.57 on GameStop, down 30 cents. There you go. So there you have it. We're off 1.5 cents on Sixtera. We've got ATIP at 45.2. It would appear on 13,000 shares. I think we're up 1.2 cents on ATIP. Tesla is off 67 cents. SoFi down 4 cents. Apple off 85, HPQ down 50. Slight red there, nothing serious here. Google is up 6 cents. Moderna down 143. Cisco looks to be down 64. Pfizer off 47. IBM down 62. We have fractional losses, fractional gains as the market is slowly firing up, and we'll keep an eye on that over the next few minutes, and we'll get more accurate readings. I think I see the here we go. I think we've got the Dow off 221, and we're down 11 on S&P, and we're down 8 points on Nasdaq. So Nasdaq is not participating in a sell-off at all, and that's not surprising because it's Fed Funds Day. We're not going to see any action here. This 200-point drop is temporary. We're going to be looking at a nothing burger here, more or less. Bill Gates says he's happy to pay taxes too, says JR. Dem B. DeBells, thank you, Larry, says JR. I see, but is Tom a nice guy? Bahama babe, thank you, Larry. Matthew, good morning. Number 15051, Matthew, thank you, my friend. JG, Grand Rising, Uncle Bruce and Bagel Gang. Grand Rising, or is that, I'm not sure. That JG, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. Good to have you all with us, and let's see what's going on. There we go. We're at 210 on the dip for the Dow to start the day. Sextera is unchanged at 322. Share $3.22, unchanged on Sextera. GameStop 21.68, down just 19 cents. ATIP up 1/5 of a penny. Tesla down $1.44. SoFi up 2 cents to $6.95. Is today the day that SoFi breaks $7 and goes right to $7.25, $7.50? Is today the day? This could be the day. Today could be the day, because an interest rate bump is good for SoFi. Very good for SoFi. SoFi will attract more cash because they'll be able to bump up their savings rates. They will do more loans at higher rates. They will make more money. Up 3 cents to $6.96 right now on SoFi. 2.5 million so far traded. Could be the day that 750 is in the neighborhood for SoFi. We'll see. Testy Donkey, I'm finally in profit for SoFi. Let's go. How about that? Karim, Hunan chicken extra spicy. Okay. JG, can we do another meetup at Ontario Mills soon? Bummed I missed the first one way back when. That was last year, December 14th, I think it was, 2021. Yeah, 2021. Yeah. We didn't do a meetup this December because Jen did her hip, and we have to wait for Jen's hip to improve further. It's improving every day. She is now walking just with her cane now, no more walker. And so, yeah, it's getting better. SoFi is going to hit 770 today, says Samuel. Thank you, Samuel, for the prediction. Appreciate that. We love it. 698 right now on your SoFi. 698, up 6 cents. In a sea of red, it's up. How about them apples? You got to love that. I would love to do a meet and greet. Love to do another meet and greet. We'll keep you posted when we know. SoFi, $7 right now, up 7 cents. SoFi, $7. Gotta admit, that sure looks a lot better than 4 something or 5 something, don't you think? Yeah, I like that 7.0 something. I like that look. It's a good look for SoFi. The question is now, will SoFi go through the selling of 7 and bust out the other side? That's the question. We might take a couple of runs at it before we knock it out, but we're going to knock it out. this stock is going to 15.20. I mean, that's where it's going. You have to know that's where this is going. But first, we got to go through 7. So there you have it. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Okay. Fun times at the OK Corral. Yeah. Giddy up, kids. Apple 142.96 down 133. We got HBQ off 16 cents. Google's down 6 cents. Cisco's down 93. Pfizer down 53. IBM down 41. I mean, we're talking nothing burgers here. We're not going to see much action overall unless it's company specific. ATIP 45.3 cents, up 1.3 now on 15,200. There's no selling here. Any buy wave on ATIP and it's gone. It's gone. It just give me an excuse, folks. ATIP, tell me something I can pass on to the world. I'd love to talk about how great things are going. Give me something. Talk to me. Anything. I'll pass it on. I don't know. There it is. Let's see. Good morning, Splair. How you doing there, pal? Crossing fingers. Maria, SoFi it's curling. It's curling right now. $7. We're back to $7 on SoFi right now. GameStop 21.56 down 31 centinos. The Dow off 218. S&P down 12. Nasdaq down 32. There you have it. 21.48 on good old GameStop. Oil up 12 cents now. Now it's positive again. Oil was positive, negative, positive. SoFi $7, up 7 cents. The high of the day, $7. 4.25 million traded on SoFi, as best as I can tell you. And there we are, right at the line right now. SoFi just kissed 7. Meet and greet equals cashmere bars all around. If Uncle Bruce says yes, there you go. There you go. When I know, you'll know. When I know, you'll know. There you have it. Up 1.5 cents on ATIP, 45.5 last trade. Go ATIP and take a run, please. That would be wonderful. All right. Thank you all for hanging out and joining me today. Hopefully you're going to have a nice, very lucrative day. SoFi 705. Look at that. 705 on SoFi. Zzz, right through the 7. And then there's nothing there. 707 now up 14 cents on your SoFi. Bruce, Uncle Bruce Splair asks, so when SoFi hits 9, do you buy again a buzzer for the $10 line? And good morning, Uncle Bruce. Bagel Familia. I'm actually only a bit tired because of the new work. Way to go, Splair. It's rocking. 707 says Testy Donkey. 704. We got up to 707 today already. 5.1 million. There's buying coming in. The higher it now goes, the higher it will continue to go because now believers are coming on board going, oh, yeah, this SoFi really looks good all of a sudden. Yeah, it's looked good for months, but yes, it's okay. Somebody has to be a buyer at $7 and $8. There have to be buyers at 10 and 12 to get to 15. There have to be new buyers. They're coming in here. Great. Come on in. Come on welcome to the party, pal. 704, up 11 on SoFi. Thank you very much. Thank you. 181, 167 drop on the Dow. We're improving now. To no one's surprise, not least of it's me. I'm not surprised. We're improving on the Dow. We're only down 9 on S&P. We're down 21 on NASDAQ. We're not going to have a bad day here. Yeah, Flint, Yahoo, SoFi, go, baby, go. There you go, kids. SoFi is rolling. 704 on SoFi at the moment. It will jump around. Under 7, over 7, under 7, over 7. We need a breakout to the 758 level. We'll see if we get it here. Anytime would be fine by me. Don't be writing calls on that SoFi. Don't be doing it. ATIP 45.5, up 1.5 cents right now. Thank you. Keep it going. ATIP, please. And, see, Rocket Lab's up 6 cents. Matterport unchanged. Smart right up $0.015. ME down $0.01. These other SPACs are doing okay. Not too bad. Rocket Lab 505. Thank you. Matterport 351. Smart ran 293.5. Come on. Let's go. Go higher, please. Much higher. Amazon is off 92 cents. Apparently, we're supposed to hear Amazon's and financials. Is it tonight? And we're being prepped that they're going to lose money. They're going to post a year of losses, of financial losses. We just don't know how bad it is, but we've been hearing the rumors that we'll see. Well, okay. Rock and roll. Hopefully, Matterport will announce earnings now, says Adams. Says Adam. We should be getting results on everybody soon. Everybody. 702 on Sofi, 45.5 on ATIP, the Dow off 163. That's where we're at. 21.59 off 28 cents on GameStop. Tesla down 63 cents. 63-cent loss on Tesla today. Tesla contract can certainly be written. If you have not written calls on Tesla yet, now's the time to take a look at perhaps 180s, 190s, even 200s. If you go far enough in the future, you could look at some juicy 200s. But 190s and definitely could probably bring in some real nice cash. Nothing wrong with that at all. Right on. SoFi 702 up 9 cents. Volume on SoFi now 6,070,000, and we've been open 12 minutes. That's a 500,000 a minute at the moment in the first 12 minutes. 6 million shares traded in 12 minutes on SoFi, sitting now at 7 even. Giddy up. We will fluctuate below and above 7 today. ATIP 45.5 now, last trade. Volume 15,700. Absolutely no volume, no selling available. There's nothing for sale. Tesla down just 37 cents. Apple down 124. GameStop down 26. Cyxtera 313.5, down 8.5. It's jumping around a lot. The Dow now down 156 points. We're improving again. S&P down just 8. NASDAQ down 19.5. So seeing better. Oil negative again, 5 cents to the downside. There you go. Wasn't Matterport on the 15th or something? Splayer wants to know. Does anyone know when Matterport is supposed to report? If anyone has that handy, do let us know. 6.98 on SoFi, up a nickel, and Apple up down 119. Tesla only down 55 cents now. It's improving again. And we're down 31 on GameStop at 21.56. Okay, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We have 160 thumbs ups right now. Appreciate that. We need to get this market to go directions we want it to go. So it's time for a little attack of the knee emojis. And here we go. It's time to hit it. Hit those knee emojis, baby. Let's make it work. Yeah, man. Neat. That's right. Neat emojis. AJ Matterport on February 22nd after the market closed. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. I knew one of you would pull that off. JG, Constantine, DH Ruda, Splair, Maria Powell, Splair TV. We have got knee emojis popping up here. Dude face. Knee emojis. Richard Carlin, the knee emoji attack is on. Neat. Yes, indeed. It's time for the knee emojis to go global. And all of you are welcome to join into the party, pals. Hit those knee emojis and the thumbs ups at the same time. 162 thumbs ups are here, and they keep coming in. Mr. Premium of the Option is here with knee emojis. So is Deep Value Investing. Dean is here with knee emojis. Welcome, guys, to the show, and thank you. Splair is here again. Moonman Moo is here. Neat. Maria, Option Nomads, they're just coming in. Waves and waves of knee emojis. TJ is here. Maria Powell with thumbs ups, logos. All the emojis are flying all over the place here on this channel. We appreciate this. All have fun. Option Nomads. Neat. Don't forget, you got to say neat when you do it. JR, neat. And you got to make sure you say it so loud your partner is asking, what the hell is going on in that room over there? Moonman Moo laughing. Oscar Davila, thank you, Oscar, for the neat emoji attack. It continues on without any relentless, no stopping. It's so relentless. We have 166 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. 34 to go, and we've got 200. Maria Powell's mixing it up. Look at all this mixing up of emojis. Oh, my gosh. Fun times at the OK Corral, everybody. You got to love it. Thank you guys for popping up all these different emojis that are just everywhere on this channel. It's one of the perks you get when you become a member of this channel. You get to throw on all kinds of pretty cool emojis. And you get to, choke while you're talking and hang in there. Even cowbell. I need cowbell. Oh, I need cowbell. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. Yes, indeed. Thank you guys so much. Neat. There you go. Oh, man. Good times. 167 thumbs ups. Thank you guys. What are we at now? The Dow's off 145. You see, it's doing what we want it to do. 6 stars down 12 cents. GameStop down 31. ATIP is 44 cents unchanged. Tesla down $1.15. SoFi $7, up 7 cents. Apple 134 to the downside. S&P down 8.5. NASDAQ down 29. Oh my gosh. S&P final U.S. manufacturing PMI in January is 46.9 versus an initial 46.8. Okay. Snooze fest. There you go. 21.59 on GameStop, down 28 cents. Cheers, everybody. The coffee continues to flow here. Hopefully you're all doing well today. Going to have a great day today. We're watching interest rates today. Let's see what's going on. Spare, the knee attack made me gain back 20% that I loved yesterday on day trading. You got to love that. Giddy up, kids. Giddy up. Making some dough here on this market. Look at the market now. The Dow only down 128. It's coming on. It's coming back. There it is. Okay. $7 on SoFi. Go, SoFi, go. Make my viewers rich. That's what I like to say. Fantastic. Fantastic indeed. Whew. Well, I guess we get this week off. No football this week. We get Super Bowl next weekend. So that'll be interesting to watch. I think this weekend is NHL All-Star weekend. I think they've got their All-Star break this weekend. So they're going to do that. Interesting. And Bobby Hall died this past week, 84 years old. Long life. And slowly but surely, the greats from the 60s are leaving us. The sports figures that were became television icons in our lives are leaving us bit by bit. Arnold Palmer passed a number of years ago, the first real sports icon on television for golf. We also know we're getting older when our favorite rock stars are dying. Our rock and rollers from the 60s and 70s passing away. The guys who were rock and rollers in the 50s who've passed away, I kind of looked at them as, well, they weren't rock and rollers their whole lives. They were jazz musicians and country musicians and pop musicians, but the rock and rollers that were at the top of their game in the 70s, they came out of nowhere with the long hair, those folks are dying now. And that to me gets me, because that's where I'm going, this isn't right. I remember David Bowie as a young guy. I remember other artists as young men or young women. And now as old people, they're passing on a natural, thing. But the clock does not stop. And that's the reality of life. The passage of time is relentless. We have to go with it. This is why I keep telling you, hug someone you love a little longer next time you see them, because you never know when it's the last time. You never know. Anyway, there you go. Joe K. Neat. I am missing Bertha from 2.5 Men, and I've seen the star from Kevin Alone at Home. Christina, how long have you and AJ been married? What was your wedding song? It was the wedding song. We got together in 76. That's when we hitched up. This in 76. And we actually got married in 1997. And we had to get married. We had no choice. We had to get married because we wanted to move to the Cayman Islands. I had a job offer there, and we found out a week before we were to leave that we couldn't go because we were not actually married. We were living together from 1976 to 1997. 21 years we'd been together. The Cayman Islands didn't recognize that as a bona fide marriage at that time. So we had a surprise wedding at our goodbye party. Nobody knew it. And we pulled off a surprise wedding at our goodbye party. And a week later, we were on the airplane to the Cayman Islands. And so we've been married now officially 24 years, I guess. And we were living together for 21 years before that. So it's been a while, but there is no wedding song. No, there's no wedding song. That wasn't the thing in 76. No, that's kind of, since then that's been done, I think. Yeah. Anyway, the Dow's off 114. How about that? We're only down 3 points on S&P. We're down 14 points on NASDAQ. The markets are coming back. ATIP 44 cents, 703 on your Sofi. There you go. David Bowie, so sad. Credit Savages here. Good morning, Bagel Familia. I hope everybody has a good day today and makes some good coin today. Who are you going to call? Go Rugman. That's right, says JR. Hitched up. Nice. Love the 70s. Mirko, 31 years, I think. Hector, great wedding story. Oh, that's funny. Wow, 21 years and then married. That's different. Our daughter was a ring bearer. We used Jennifer Jr. as the ring bearer because, again, nobody knew from nothing. Jen knew, I knew, Jen Jr. knew. We brought in a justice of the peace. People thought that this guy lurking around the party room was a guy I used to work with selling cars. I was introducing him as a used car salesman. Everybody avoided him like the plague. Nobody wanted to talk to this guy because he's a used car salesman. Who wants to talk to a used car salesman? Nobody. And so they left him alone. He and I were just having a real good time with this gag. This was fantastic. And then I had to get up and do a speech, thanking everybody coming out, saying goodbye to us, And I introduced people from the audience. I said, I want to introduce some folks that some of you know, some of you may not know. And then I brought onto the stage Jennifer Jr. and Jennifer's sister and my cousin. And these two didn't know. My cousin didn't know he was best man. Jennifer's sister didn't know she was about to be the maid of honor. And then I brought up this guy, Phil. I'm just making up the name. I don't know what I called him. I got Phil here. Phil, come on up. You guys, many of you people don't know who Phil is. You've never met Phil before. And they're all going, who's this guy? Who's this guy? I've known Bruce for 30 years. Who's this guy? And then I said, Phil isn't the used car salesman. No, Phil is justice of the peace. We're getting married right now. Jen's sister is the maid of honor. My cousin is best man. And they're just looking at you going, wow. So and we brought out a little pillow for Jen Jr. to hold and had the 2 rings on it and little ring bearer. And everybody went, oh my God, we're at a wedding. We're at a wedding. I don't believe it. And so that's how we did it. And it was a good time. It was the cheapest wedding ever made. Or one of the cheapest weddings ever put together because we didn't have to pay for anything. We were using a community hall that for the goodbye party. Everyone, we had, I think, people. I can't remember how the booze thing went. I can't remember if people contributed some dough to that. This whole thing cost us virtually nothing, and everybody helped out. And we had one person acting as a DJ, kind of as a donation to the whole thing. And then we had finger food and sandwiches later, party food, just everybody had a great time. We're perfect. We're perfect. My mom and dad were their jaws dropped when they saw what was going on. It was pretty cool. We had a good time. This is a Canadian thing. Christine wants to know. Actor, yes, go Rugman. Bobby, Sinners, Beach Boy, Bowie passing. That was not right. Don't the Martians live forever? Flint Creek. What a great story. Bama Babe. Obviously, Uncle Bruce and AJ live by the seat of their beat of their own drums. Good for you, you guys. Susan Shop's about. Okay, let's talk wedding songs. First dance. Mine was September 1984 song "Time to Remember." Days of September by the Fantastics. First marriage going fine all these years. Well done, Jr. As a preacher's kid, a PK, I was called on to be a ring bearer one time. I was so disappointed when I found out I couldn't wear a bear costume. My family rolled on the floor. This player, Uncle Bruce, coming up always with good ideas. Deep value. NASDAQ is positive. JR ROTFL. Beach Boy, what a discovery. AJ and Uncle Bruce living in sin. Worlds collide. Alabama Babe, Beach Boy laughing. Flint Creek laughing. JR, Uncle Bruce, you're going to come on early for JPW Rugman announcement today. You're going to, I don't know. I don't want to. I really don't want to. What a great wedding story. We had fun. I actually had to propose to Jennifer. I had to propose because I got the phone call from the secretary of the brokerage company I was going to join, the investment company. She was handling my file with the Canadian government to get me in on a work permit. And she said, I have good news and bad news. I said, okay, fire away. She said, the good news is that you and your daughter are allowed to come into the country. I said, oh, that's great. I said, what's the bad news? Oh, your better half, Jennifer, can't come in. I said, why not? She's not married to you. You have the birth certificate and you're the father of your daughter. You can bring your daughter in, but you can't bring in the mother of the daughter because you're not married. And here in the Cayman Islands, you have to be married, with a certificate. I said, well, let me see what I can do. And this was a week before we're supposed to be on a plane to go down there. So at the time, Jennifer was at her dad's place out of town. And I phoned her up. I said, oh, I got good news and bad news. Oh, okay. So I told her, I said, well, Jennifer Jr. and I can go. Oh, okay. But you can't come. Why not? Well, we're not married. Oh, I said, so, do you want to get married? Okay. That's how I proposed to her. I said to her, okay, now don't tell anybody anything. We're going to do this at the goodbye party. And that was a couple of days later. I said, we'll just do it as a surprise wedding. And she thought this was pretty good. Yeah, Jen liked this. Jen Jr. really liked this. And so, yeah, we pulled this off. So, lemonade, turn lemons into lemonade and move on. So there you go. Anyway. Please stop saying Bowie. Bowie. Been waiting a while for M&G. Got a surprise from Uncle Bruce and the channel when that happens. Okay, Lorraine, beautiful story. Oh, thank you. I do the best I can with what I have. Yeah, that's how we did it. What can I say? We're down 130 on the Dow. Down 2 points on S&P, and the NASDAQ is up 2 points. Giddy up. ATIP is up 0.3 of a penny. Tesla's up 149. Sofi 702, up 9 cents. Apple's still down 121. HPQ up a dime now. Google down 55. Moderna still down $4, 171.90. Cisco down 85 cents. Pfizer down 35. IBM down 53. Microsoft down 96. ME up down a penny. Rocket Lab up 11 to 508. Matterport down 4 cents. SmartRent up 3 cents to $2.95. And Spire down 2 pennies to 117. Amazon down 117. Home Depot down 323. Watching a few other stocks here and there. Netflix down 189. Vanik up 380. Adobe down $2. Goldman down $3. Boeing up 475. Meta down 130. AMC is up 20, and the preferreds are up 2. Royal Caribbean up 52 cents to 65.46. Looks like puts are in order there. Bed Bath Beyond is down 15 to 266. Carvana up 25 cents to 10.42. Robinhood unchanged 10.41. BlackBerry up a dime at 435. Target down 120, JP Morgan down 88, Costco down 373, Walmart up 6 cents, Disney up 8 cents, Nvidia up 540 to $200, and American Airlines down 5 cents, 1610. There you go. There's the story, everybody. And Sean and Wendy, God's amazing. We love real love stories like that last. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it. Yeah, we've been pretty happy since 76, still going strong. We were both 21 at the time. That's when we got together, 21-year-old kids. Yeah, I didn't have a girlfriend prior to that for more than a couple of weeks. Never found the right one. Couldn't attract a girl in junior high. Nothing in high school. I mean, the plague. I was probably goofy looking. And then I met this gal from Calgary. Here I am in Kitchener, Waterloo, Ontario. And I meet this girl from Calgary, 2,000 miles away. For some reason, out-of-town girls and I get along just great. The locals don't want anything to do with me if I'm with a local. They did not want to have anything to do with me. Now, my best friend in high school couldn't keep girls away from him, not women, girls. They would not leave him alone. And I had another friend of mine who was from Jamaica, dark-skinned guy, he just was beating him off with a stick. I mean, women coming to him all the time. And I was hanging out with these guys. I'd watch everything they did, but didn't rub off. I guess I was the ugly boyfriend. I guess there's that cute boyfriend, the cute one, and then there's the ugly one that hangs out with them. That was me, and couldn't attract a gal. Oh gosh, my attitude was sooner or later you'll meet one. You'll know when you meet the right one. You'll know. And I figured, hey. High school is done. I'm in college now. I'm very busy. I've got school. I work at my dad's music store on the side. I fix clocks on the side. I play oompa-pa music on weekends. I'm a busy guy. I Sundays are the only day off, and even then I'm at the music store in the basement fixing clocks. I am busy making money and getting this college thing done. It was in my second year out of 3 years. And then I meet this gal, and that kind of changed things. That was kind of interesting. And the best part about it was she was very happy to be part of the world that I was in, and wanted to be a part of it, and made it easy for me to keep doing what I was doing to get my college thing done. Get my certificate for watchmaking and clock repairs. And then I said to her, well, let's move to Calgary together. I'll finish school and then we'll go over there. And then you can do your university if you like. And that's how we shifted from Ontario to Alberta, which is, a 3.5-hour plane ride to the west. And we moved there together, and that's been our hometown more or less, off and on. But we've had the traveling bug, and we've done a lot of stuff together, and here we are. Here we still are. Now we're nomads, and you adapt to this. It's incredible how you can adapt to a new normal all the time. It's just amazing. Anyway, still goofy looking. I think kind of goofy looking. Yeah, Bama, Uncle Bruce was not a ladies' man. Shocking. Just wasn't. These girls, these gals in class, looking at me and going, not sure about this guy. For whatever reason, I couldn't figure it out. You were just a late bloomer. Maybe that's it. What I found was I watched all my best friends make all the mistakes. A very good friend of mine, deeply in love with his gal, and next thing you know, she's expecting. Next thing you know, shotgun wedding. Next thing you know, his life is completely different, and he's not happy about it. He's not like totally thrilled with what's going on. And I'm thinking, I'm glad I'm not you. You always had the girls hanging all over you until you went a little too far. And now you are no longer that single guy anymore. That life you thought you were going to have for the next 5 years of that bachelor life, you're done. And I was the single guy, and that was interesting. But life is life, isn't it? Isn't it amazing? And I'm the one who left town. I mean, amazing. I meet a gal from somewhere else, and I leave 2,000 miles away and live a different life completely. Where my pals, they're still back in that hometown, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's the life they've led, and I've led this life, and I've traveled not everywhere, but a lot of places. And here we are. I'm on the air doing this. You tell me what the world is like. You never know. Uncle Bruce, what do you think about BLSY, Black Sky Tech? Never heard of it. PLTR did an investment with them a year ago. I'm doing research on them right now. Never heard of it. Brian, Uncle Bruce, I can't say I have ever seen a watch on your wrist. For someone who used to be a school for, I figured you'd have some nice watches. I'm a big fan of Citizen watches. Yeah, I haven't worn a watch. My father passed away in 2000, and my mother gave me his El Cheapo $10 battery watch. Do you want this? He said, yeah, I'd like Dad's watch. Yeah, I'll take Dad's watch. I wore that for 3 more years, changing batteries, and it finally died. And that would have been 2003, something like that. And that's the last time I wore a watch. I haven't worn one since. Never been a collector, never wanted to be a collector, never wanted a fancy watch per se. It was not a thing for me. Yeah, my watch is my phone. What can I say? Like everybody else. Who went to school, says Brian. Maria, Uncle Bruce, you should make sure AJ hears this. AJ knows the story. Believe me, she knows the story. JR, this is why Birdie says bagel familia. Love it. There you go. We're down 221 on the Dow. We're negative again. Down 14 on S&P, down 29 on NASDAQ. This is what I was expecting all day. U.S. job quitting rate unchanged at 2.7% in December. U.S. workers quitting in December dips to 4 million from 4.1 million, 4.09 million from 4.1. Like as if there's no change, really. I mean, come on, there's no real change. Interesting stuff. Let's see here. U.S. job openings rise to 11 million in December from 10.4 million. Isn't this amazing how this works? You hear all this talk about people being laid off everywhere and all the high-tech jobs going away, and there are more job openings this month than last month. And there you have it. Tons and tons and tons of jobs available. Tons of jobs. Yep, there you go. This could be why the markets are dipping, because the worry is the Fed is going to get more aggressive with interest rates to calm this up. That's why we're down 223 on the market. 308 on Cyxtera, down 14. GameStop 21.19, down 68. ATIP up 9/10 of a penny, 44.9. Tesla down 39 cents. Sofi up 1 penny, 6.94. Still up. Apple down 131. HPQ up 13 cents. Google down 86. Moderna down $6 to 170. I think 160.65 is in your future, DQ. It's coming. Cisco, $48 now, down 67 cents. Pfizer down 50 today, 43.66. IBM down 90. Microsoft off 157. ME down a penny. Rocket Lab up 8. Matterport down 1 penny. SmartRent up 7.5. Spire down 3 cents. That's kind of the market we have right now. 198 on the down dip on this market. We're down, but we're not going to crater out. Unless the Fed comes up with an aggressive interest rate hike and aggressive hawkish talk, we're not going to go much lower here. I don't think so. I don't think so. Brian, I guess it's like if you work at Subway, you don't really have an appetite for subs anymore. True. The wristwatch was invented by a guy who was tired of winding his pocket watch every day. A Matthew Black Sky Spectra AI combines the power of high resolution satellite imagery with AI/ML techniques to automatically create detailed maps indicating activity. Perfect for military use. Perfect to use to kill people. It's fantastic. Brian, Matthew, satellites, do they do anything with Spire or Rocket Lab? Then that would be worth looking into. If it has a military application, you've got a guaranteed moneymaker because military will pay anything to find a way to kill people. If you can do it for lost children, you can do it for wildlife control, you can do it for fire prevention, you can do it for crop management. Fabulous. At sea applications, yes. But if it's military first, it's a profitable business. If it's not military first, maybe not. But yeah, it sounds interesting. DQ, I've been offline for a bit. Moderna's looking good. Well, just say it. I was just saying it's coming your way. Little more. No rush, my friend. Let it happen. Let's see what it wants to do. 169.67. Let's see if it wants to go to 160. Making you richer all the time on that call, allowing you eventually to make your move. But you know what? No rush, man. No rush at all. Interesting stuff. 698 on Sofi, up 6 cents. Tesla up 39. ATIP up 0.9 of a penny. Merco, perfect for military, perfect to kill people. Love the sarcasm. There you go. Gonna find those Russian soldiers in those trenches and then drop those little hand grenades on them from drones. Isn't it amazing how the Ukrainians have found ways to use $200 drones to knock out $1 million tanks and equipment from these, heights? It's incredible. Amazing how the war works. JR, it was the invention of the clock that was not powered by gravity that changed the navigation world forever. Easy to find latitude with a sextant, but time was needed to determine longitude. Yes. The mainspring, the invention of something known as the mainspring changed clocks and watches. And then we had what were known as self-winding watches that were created, I think in the 40s, but I'm not exactly sure. But they became very popular in the 50s and 60s, self-winding watches, where you just wear it. And as you move your hand, talking to somebody, pointing, the more you move your hand, there's a disc inside the watch that you open the back of the watch. It looks like there was a $1 coin cut in half, and then there was a pivot in the middle, and this half moon thing would swing around either direction. In whatever direction it swung around would turn a crank in the middle of the watch, which would be connected to the mainspring, and there would be a gearing system that would kick in. No matter what direction this thing went, the mainspring would be wound up, and you couldn't overwind the watch, because with a manual knob with your crown, you would turn and wind your watch until you couldn't turn it anymore. That would be a fully wound watch. With a self-wind watch, the mainspring, which is a spiral piece of steel inside this barrel, the end of it would not be attached to the inner lining of the barrel. The end of it would just keep slipping along. So the spring would go to a certain tension, and then it would just swing. It would then just slip and not catch anymore. And the watch would be fully wound at all times as you were wearing it. And it always had consistent power on the gear mechanism. And that balance wheel would just go back and forth and keep time. Amazing inventions, tiny little things. We learned all of that in watchmaking school. Marcus, there was an article in the Wall Street Journal where the author utilized Spire data to gain insights on oil shipments, where they were going, where they are now, and how they might impact energy markets. Another thing you can use for Spire is to find out where illegal oil shipments are going from Russia. Illegal arm shipments are going from Iran, North Korea, Russia, and other countries. You could track all this stuff, and military. and security. And yeah, JR, it's true. Many specific scientific breakthroughs came from the need to be king of the hill militarily. Joe K, Uncle Bruce sent you an email. Got to go now and make less money as a realtor. Good luck trading, everybody. Thank you, Joe K. Appreciate that. JR, my dad found a self-winding Seiko in the dirt one time when he bought a new house. Got it cleaned up and worn for a long time. It's a good quality watch. Seikos were good quality. Drew, I love automatic watches. Maria, love watches. One vintage I love is the Hamilton rectangular faced watch. The rectangular face with, they would have had a rectangular movement inside it, but the gears were all, of course, circular. Of course. But yes, I did work on those. The Hamiltons came out with an electric watch in the 50s. In the early 50s, they came out with the first electric watches. And they were literally battery operated that would power a spring and then have a balance wheel in there. I mean, they were really crude. And then they came out with the electric watches later in life. The Accutron, you remember the Bulova Accutron? That was an electric watch that pinged a what do we call it? Oh my gosh! When you tune a guitar, you ping this little bar, and we go ding. You could hear you put your watch to the ear, and you could hear it going. It would be humming, tuning fork. It would ping a tuning fork, and the tuning fork's oscillations are consistent, no matter how you hold it, upside down, right side up. It would always ping at the same frequency, and the frequency of the tuning fork would be utilized to move the gears of the watch. Quite unique. In the 60s and 70s, the Accutron, and that was replaced with the crystal electric watch, and that's where a crystal would be vibrated at a much higher vibration, many thousands of times higher, and that would make the watch more accurate. And that is where very accurate watches came from, the Accutron, and from crystal movements. Yeah, we learned all that in school. Mirko, remember that I have 2 Ukrainian women, which are refugees, living in the other house. The husband of one girl had 10 days front vacation and was here. He said they knew what was coming since 2014. They knew. Esper, yeah, I'll leave you all as well in a couple of minutes. Have a successful, relaxed Rugman Day, everybody. Thank you, Spare. DQ tuning fork. Yes, Mirko, when the Russians took Crimea, so they had 8 years to think about what David could do against Goliath. Until now, it's working. Flint, Mr. Kramer, we need you to fire Raquel well. She doesn't swing her arms while tap dancing. I can't wind her watch. JR, tuning fork. JR, watch crystals are used because when electrically stimulated, they give off a constant vibration. That is correct. Do you remember the watches that had the red glass on the front? It would be like a gold band, gold movement holder, and then it would be a dark red square front. And to watch the time, you had to look at the watch and push a button in to make it illuminate. And it was a digital watch, and it was a digital crystal watch. Those were $1,000 each in 1972. It's $1,000 in 1972. Jen and I rented our first apartment in 76 for $170 a month, a 1-bedroom, fully furnished for $170. This is $1,000 for a watch 4 years before that. Wow, that was big money. Yes, those they eventually came down to be about $25 each. Those watches became so common that everybody had them, but the originals were big money. They were. That was real gold around those. They were more of a jewelry piece than anything else. Yes. Brian, Flint Creek, there are so many good moments in the Seinfeld. No wonder it's lasted so long. Almost every episode has something you remember. I watched a video last night about Seinfeld. It was the reunion show that Larry David put on his program. He convinced Jerry and Elaine and George and all of them to come back to do a reunion show inside his show. Unbelievable. There are videos on YouTube about this, and they're fantastic to watch. They're funny, and they're just so entertaining and so interesting. 10 years after the end of Seinfeld, Larry David gets everybody together to do a reunion show on Curb Your Enthusiasm on his show. Pretty cool. ATIP is up 1.2%. cents to 45.2 cents. GameStop's down 55. Tesla's up 2. Sofi is 701 again, up 8. How about that? I asked JR, I better catch up on Seinfeld here. Fool of a Took. Yes, just watched those episodes recently. Curb is great. Brian Kramer and Newman bought the rickshaw and tried to hire homeless guys to operate them, and Elaine was helping her boyfriend get off drugs. Then Kramer was pulling up the rickshaw, and it hits him. So funny. That's when Kramer is pulling the rickshaw with Newman in the back, and then he loses Kramer, and Newman goes downhill with the rickshaw backwards. Oh no. Splair sounds like Uncle Bruce mentioned something that I will watch this weekend. J-Boy, Madoff. That's right. Deep value. AMD beats earnings. Fool of a Took. Not enough love for Curb on this channel. Ha ha. There you go. 194, the down dip on the Dow. We're down 12 on Sextera. We're down 53 on GameStop. SoFi 701, up 8. HBQ up a dime. Rocket Lab up 14 cents to 511. We're up 2.5 on Matterport. We're up 9 on SmartRent. 301 on SmartRent. We have broken the $3 barrier there. The $5 barrier for Rocket Lab. The $3 barrier for SmartRent. The $7 barrier for SoFi. Things are happening to us now. Oh my goodness. You gotta love that. AMD is up 7% off of good earnings, says Deep Value Investing. Might be helping I'll get to it. The Vanik Vectors up 397, 241 on Vanik Vectors. That doesn't hurt them at all. But yeah, there they are. Okay. I'll get it out. I'll eventually remember. I'm old, you know. I'm allowed to forget now. There you go. ATIP up 1 penny, 45 cents on the nose on ATIP. Volume 29,650 shares, up 1 penny at 45 cents. Go ATIP. And 698 on SoFi. There you go. Just what we're watching here. Brian, Curb Your Enthusiasm is great, but doesn't have the same memorable characters and stories as Seinfeld. Curb is just George, basically, but similar style show about nothing. Fool of a Took. Splair, when you're done watching those, you should check out the Curb episodes with Michael J. Fox. It's a good one. There you go. Well, Curb is unscripted. There's no script on Curb Your Enthusiasm. The actors stand around on a set. They tell them, this is what we were trying to do. We're trying to do this, this, and this. Everybody go and do the best you can with your one-liners. And then they just wing it. It's incredible. It's pretty neat stuff. I do enjoy that show from time to time. Oh, my goodness. Thank you all for being here today, for joining us, talking about all kinds of different topics today. 190 thumbs ups have come through the front door today. We're only 10 away from 200. You guys are incredible. I thank you so much for this. Appreciate it. And those of you who are sending me emails on 101s and stuff, I'll get to you. I promise. Just give me some time between shows, and I'll get back to you. We'll set you up as best we can. And thank you all for joining us and being here. Altria, the tobacco company, former company known as Philip Morris, has unveiled a $1 billion stock buyback as earnings top estimates. There you go. Selling smokes and buying back stock. There you go. The age-old game on Wall Street, making management richer by helping pump the stock because they too have stock options themselves. It's okay. It's all good. What can I say? I heard today Ozzy Osbourne says he can't tour anymore. He's too weak. I think that means he's too old to tour anymore. And that makes what Paul McCartney does even more amazing. That Paul is, 80, 81, and he has been touring still. Unbelievable. Ringo Starr, until COVID hit, he was touring at 82. Unbelievable. The shape that these guys are in to be able to do that. It's not easy to be on the road like that. Phenomenal. Look at ATIP up 1.4 now, 45.4 cents popping up a little more. $6.99 on Sofi and HPQ up 16 cents. Very interesting today. And we'll get the interest rate release in a few hours. Then Powell will speak and we'll see what's being said there. And we'll react to all of that and see what happens to markets if they do anything. Might be a nothing burger when it's all said and done. Tomorrow, Apple releases the results. That between tonight and tomorrow, a bunch of earnings come out on a bunch of big companies that will likely affect the markets much more than the interest rate thing, because the interest rate thing has kind of been predicted at 1/4 point, maybe 1/2 point, and that's a nothing burger for the markets. I think we've already factored it in. That's my take on it. We'll see how the market really goes with it. We'll be here for that. Never a dull moment in this world. Thank you all so much. Let's see. Kennedy's Golf Clubs, the wedding cake. Fool of a Took, Brian. Yeah, I hear you. It isn't as nostalgic, but the plots are just as ridiculous as Seinfeld, sometimes more because they can get away with more on HBO. 3 hours and 30 minutes until Rugman appears, by the way. Yes, Rugman will be everywhere soon. Rugman, our friend, will be around to speak, and yoink will be maybe the reaction, but then again, maybe not. There may not be any reaction to Rugman's appearance today. We'll find out. Getting that coffee down there. Very good. Thank you all. Well, there it is. We're coming up to the 2-hour mark of this show. I want to thank you for those of you upgrading today to become Gold Bagel members. Don't forget tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, prime time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members only. Become a Gold Bagel member now. Convert from regular membership to Gold Bagel membership. Step it up. Come on in, join the party, and we'll have fun tonight and cover whatever you want to talk about. We'll react about the interest rate thing. We'll talk about whatever else is going on. Looking forward to you. Looking forward to you coming by. Should be fun. Thank you all very, very much. That's the story of another lady who had 3 lovely kids of her own. Remember that story. Thank you for all the encouragement and information you give each other, all that. I love that. It's part of the thing about this channel. Love it. Fool of a Took, Brian says HBO is the best channel. I wish there was a channel you could get that was just all sports and that would be everything I need. Are you watching The Last of Us? ? There you go. Television sure has changed in my lifetime. My God, when I was a kid, I remember at age 6, 7, black and white TV. We had one in the house. Only mom or dad were allowed to touch it. We were not allowed to touch the television. Didn't dare touch the television unless dad said so. And everything was black and white, more or less, although shows started to come out in color in the mid-'60s. And we didn't get a color TV until 1971, I think it was, 71, 72. That's when our house got a color television, 26-inch console TV, color television. Wow, that was something. Not remote controlled. You had to stand up and turn the dial. Yep. What can I say? Those were the days. What time does Powell speak? And is it 2 Eastern? Something like that. Fool of a Took, Brian, but there's a lot of buzz about it right now. I have to check it out about this show, The Last of Us. Brian, Uncle Bruce, what was the show your family gathered around the TV to watch? It varied over time, but my mother was the boss during prime time. Whatever mom wanted to watch was what was watched Monday to Friday. She loved Mannix. She loved the Dean Martin Show, big time. Carol Burnett, the Carol Burnett Show. We definitely watched that. What else would be watched? Sunday nights, 60 Minutes. My dad enjoyed watching 60 Minutes. I'm trying to remember what else we would watch back in the day. I'm thinking now 68, 67, 68, 69, 70, because I up to 14, 15 by 1970. After I was 15, I wasn't hanging around the TV in the living room watching TV with my mom and dad anymore. I was now, teenager, and I'd hang out with my pals, um, you know, not hanging around the house anymore watching TV at night. But back in the day, it would be whatever my mom wanted to watch is what was being watched. Kojak, I remember that for a little while. Yeah, I don't have anything specific. Dean Martin show though was the big one. That was not only was that show on, the mouths were shut. You did not speak when that show was on because mom wanted to hear everything that was said, all the skits. She wanted to listen to him sing and the guests that came on. And dad was watching and mom was watching. So we shut the hell up. Those are the days. One TV. John, thanks everybody. Bobby, I love the video game Last of Us. Unsure about the show so far. Brian, I remember we used to watch Home Improvement as a kid, the whole family. The Lame Duck. My dad had to go to the bar to watch sports. Lame Duck. Lawrence Welk. Flint Creek, The Last of Us, episode number 3, so good. Bonanza and Lassie. I do remember watching Ed Sullivan on Sunday nights. I would be able to watch the news if it was on at 10 or 11 and then straight to bed after that. I could not stay up to watch Johnny Carson until I was about 16, 17. Then I could be up to watch Johnny Carson because then my parents say, you got to get up in the morning. You decide when to go to bed. We're not going to tell you when to go to bed anymore. You're 16, 17. We're not telling you that anymore. And if you want to watch Carson, you're going to have a tough time waking up in the morning because it's on late. Karen, Ed Sullivan, Ed Hawkins, one TV and no pause or rewind. Lame Duck laughing. I remember that show somewhat, although my parents kind of looked at it and went, yeah, sports, not a big household for sports, not on that television. No. Brian, Flint Creek, that episode was very unexpected, but very well done, considering it did not follow the game at all. Really do want more zombie suspense thriller time, though. John Anderson, I like Barney Miller back in the day. That was after I moved out. Yeah, that was 76, 77, 70. Taxi. Jen and I used to love watching Taxi. Barney Miller. MASH. I used to enjoy watching that, but that, again, is past my home life. That was beyond that. Yeah. Interesting times. We are about done. I'm going to pack this in and say thank you, and I'll see you later today. We've got GameStop down 50 cents, ATIP up 0.9 of a cent, Tesla's green again up 33, SoFi 6.99, and have a good one, everybody. See you in the afternoon. Brian, Uncle Bruce, what's your favorite NFL team? Maybe whisper so you don't have to get a chance. I don't have a favorite team. Jen loves the Steelers, and I love the fact that she loves the Steelers. I don't have a favorite NFL team. Never really did. And what else is going on here? Thank you. Slayer Cyberpunk, the game with Keanu Reeves, is on PlayStation 5, by the way. Lovely sci-fi trip. Very recommendable. Brian, see you all this afternoon. Yes, I will see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon and tonight, 8 o'clock prime time for Gold Bagel members. Thank you for joining me. The thumbs up number, 194. If any of you can find a thumbs up, nail that sucker. Get me to 200 if you don't mind. If you're watching on rerun, please get us to 200 and beyond. Thank you, guys. Fool of a Took, have a great break. Kent, The Last of Us, too gory for me, but the kid loves it. Off to the golf course. See you on our lunch break. Right on, Kent. Thank you. The weather's going to warm up around here this weekend. We can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. And have a great day and a green day, everybody, from Constantine. Thank you again for the thumbs ups. 196 are here, 4 needed to get to 200. Thank you for coming through for us on the thumbs ups. We'll hit the knee emojis and see if some more thumbs ups can be hit and come in for us. Thank you all for helping out. It's great to see it. 197, there it is. 3 more to go. We got 200 thumbs ups. Just 3 more, everybody. Constantine is hitting that knee emoji. I'm buying more classes. Uncle Bruce, I highly recommend everyone get up to date. I'm learning so much, says dude. Giddy up, kids, pick up those classes, and you will understand so much more about what is happening here. Indeed. Splair, knee emojis, 198 thumbs ups, Bruce, 2 to go. Thank you, Splair TV. Appreciate it, pal. Hit those knee emojis. 199 are here now. Only one more needed to get to 200. And it's going to happen any moment. Thank you guys so much for the split, for the knee emojis, the thumbs ups, and everything else. It is a fantastic of you to come through for us. Kojak, $6 Million Man, Taxi, Hawaii 5-0. Yeah, I remember those shows. Hogan's Heroes. Oh, my. My. Just going back in time. Really, the 60s were the era for us in our household. When I was about, say, 1965, I was 10. 67, I was 12. I remember Batman was on for just a couple of seasons. By the time I was 14, 15, I was not watching TV with my mom and dad anymore. Was now a teenager listening to records and hanging out with my pal at his place, or going out for bike rides with our 10 speeds all over town, watching him chase the girls. Those were the days. Beach Boy, thank you for the knee emojis. And we have 202 thumbs ups, everybody. Thank you, guys. Appreciate this. We have made it. All right, guys. We'll catch you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern and tonight at 8. Don't miss it. And thank you for being here. 697 on SoFi. Let's go, SoFi. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.